Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a fun one. It's the first one I've ever done where I will be using TBR cards to help me put together my December TBR. So let me show you the cards. We have got these TBR cards from Fleurs on Sunday from Etsy. They've all got different prompts on them and I am going to just mix them all up. And I can't shuffle cards, but I can mix them all up. They're backwards now, can't see them. I'm a mood reader, so I don't really know how many cards to pick, but I think I will go with 5 for now. We'll see how we get on. 5 for now. I'm gonna also get my Kindle as well because I do have stuff in my Kindle library that counts as being on my TBR. But yeah, this is my TBR card. There is another row underneath. Yeah, so this is what we're working with. We're gonna try and get this down. We're gonna try and get this TBR card down. So let's randomly pick 5 cards. I'm just gonna pick the 5 off the top. Can't see them, don't know what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go through them and see what we're gonna be reading in December. Okay, so the first card says, a book with a strong female protagonist. Now, I'm not sure really how to choose that when if I haven't read them, I don't know what the female's like, do I? But this is a good option because we've got Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. I've read the first book in this series, so I know the female main character and I know that she is very strong. Wait, does protagonist mean villain? What does protagonist mean? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to Google it. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I Googled it. It's fine. So yeah, I do know the female main character in this series because this is the second book and I've read the first book and I loved it. So on that note, I think I'm gonna have to go with this because everything else, I don't know what the female main characters are like because I've not read them. So we are gonna go with, that was quite easy, but we're going to go with Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent, which is good as well because I was really, really excited to get back into this series. So that's our first TBR card done. Next, read a billionaire romance. I don't know. Okay, what about this? Is The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas. Oh, he's lost his job, the main guy in here, so he's obviously not a billionaire. Sorry about that. Book 3 in the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. And this guy is a Formula One driver. So he must, yeah, he is maybe not billionaire, but got to be in the millions. I don't know. There's nothing on my Kindle, I don't think, that falls under that category. No. Right, okay. So I think with that being said, I will go, what about this? Take Me Home by Melanie Sweeney. It doesn't really say, does it? I'm going to have to go with book 3 of the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, and that is Wrecked. And I'm a Lauren Asher fan, so I'm happy with this. It can go on the TBR. So we have our second book, Billionaire Romance. I don't know if he's a billionaire, but it's gonna have to be the closest thing to it. And we've got Wrecked by Lauren Asher. Next random card. Enemies to Lovers book. Enemies to Lovers is one of my favourite tropes. Which books are enemies? Oh, actually, going back to my Kindle. Yeah, so on my Kindle, I have got Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova. And I've heard that this is an enemies to lovers military romance or something like that. So I think I might go with that because that was the first thought that came into my head when I saw enemies to lovers, because I've heard that like it really is enemies to lovers. Like I think the main character leaves the female character for dead at some point. I don't know. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with, for enemies to lovers, I'm going to go with Leave Me Behind by KM Moranova. Let's do it. Next TBR card, what have we got? A book with a pink cover, which surprisingly thought I would have more of. Okay, so our options that we've got, nothing on the top row. On here we've got, is that pink? No, that's not really pink, I don't think. We've got, guys, not really that much. Well, we've got A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting, that is definitely pink. Okay, so we've got A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting. We've got, on the bottom shelf, we've got The Law of Attraction by Laura Carter, which is very short, so that might actually be a good shout. And we have got here also on the bottom shelf, we have got Live is a Loser by Lauren Ford. What is this about? Okay. With the help of Henry, her oldest friend, Liv makes a loser list, 10 tasks she must complete to change her life. The most challenging is 3 dates with the same person. After each increasingly terrible date, Henry is always there. Perhaps what she's been looking for has been right in front of her the whole time. I feel like I'm probably swaying towards this one the most. And I'm kind of on limited options because they're the only pink covers on this TBR. Nothing on my Kindle would have a pink cover. So I think for this, we are going to have to go with Live is a Loser by Lauren Ford for the book with a pink cover. This is the last prompt of the TBR card, but I might pick some more because I feel like we can fit some more in. Read a book at the bottom of your TBR shelf. Now, I don't know if that quite literally means the bottom shelf. Or does it mean a book that I have mentally put at the bottom of my shelf? I don't know. But I think to make this easier on myself, rather than sit here and try and figure out what exactly that means, I will just go with a book from the bottom shelf. You can't see these, can you? Sorry about my pyjama pants. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see the bottom shelf. Okay, so we have got The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas, but I just don't feel in the mood for that right now. Better Hate Than Never, which, oh, I suppose that's an enemies to lovers. Could have considered that before. We've got Great and Precious Things by Rebecca Yarros. This is something I really do want to get to. And also Primetime Romance by Kate Robb. Oh God, I don't know. I think I am going to go for Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Lise. I don't know how you say that, I do apologise. But this has been on my TBR probably for the absolute longest time. Quite soon did, whoa. So I would count that as being at the bottom of my TBR, and I would say that it fits in quite well with this prompt. And I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it, guys, because why the hell not? I can definitely squeeze more onto this TBR, so I'm going to randomly pick from the top again. What is it, guys? What is it? A book with a title that starts with the. Oh, so we've actually got a lot of choice this time. We've got The Coven, The Half King, The Bell Witches, The Antisocial Season, The Grump Whisperer, The Light That Blinds Us, The Dark Within Us, The Great Alone. Wow, okay. Let me narrow it down slightly then, because we've actually got quite a lot for this one. So I am gonna think about things that I really want to read. So The Coven is definitely high up there. I'm really eager to read this. I also love that it's a hardback, but it's slim. I love that. It's very demure and very mindful. Love it. And also, The Great Alone, I am so eager to read, but I'm also a bit scared of it. I feel like I've never read a historical fiction before, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I want to, but I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I've heard amazing things about Kristen Hanna's writing though, so I could be missing out there. The Light That Blinds Us, I've had that for so long now, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. Oh, I don't, my heart is just swaying towards the Coven. I'm gonna go with the Coven. I'm gonna go with the Coven. So up to now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 6 books, including the one on my Kindle. Okay, so I am going to stop at 6 books because I am a mood reader, and if I give myself too many books to read, it's just not gonna happen anyway. So we'll see. Let's go through what we've got on the TBR and what they're all about and stuff. Let's see, let's break it down. So what I'm actually most excited for on this TBR is The Coven, and this was the book that we picked for a book with "the" in the title. Willow Mediza never thought she'd accept a place at Hollows Grove University, the secret and prestigious institution where the best and brightest of her fellow witches learn to wield their magic. Willow has reasons for being at Hollows Grove beyond the education it offers. She was raised to be a weapon against the Coven that presides over the university. She must find the bones of her ancestors in order to reclaim the magic that is her destiny. Her only obstacle is Alaric Grayson Thorne, the university's beautiful and infuriating headmaster. Despite their mutual loathing, Gray understands Willow better than anyone, and he might just be the key to unlocking her full power. So it sounds like a headmaster-student romance and enemies to lovers and witchy vibes, so I can't wait for this. I'm very, very happy with this pick, and I think I will probably be getting to it very soon. Then for enemies to lovers, we have got, it's on my Kindle here, Leave Me Behind by K.M. Morinova. Let me just get a bit of a summary up and actually tell you what it's about, because I don't know myself, to be honest. Goodreads tells me that, yeah, it's an enemies to lovers military romance. It's got very, very good ratings. The average rating is 4.13 on Goodreads. I'm just having to scroll through the reviews and they look really, really good. Yeah, the blurb is absolutely huge. I'm not even going to read it out, but it's enemies to lovers military romance. He's hell on earth, cruel and unforgiving, but most of all, he hates her and he makes sure she knows it. And yet she finds herself unwilling to leave his side when he's unable to get to the evac point when their mission goes awry. Hey, that sounds good to me. And then for a book on the bottom of my TBR shelf, I picked Better Hate Than Never, because this has been on my TBR cart for literally as long as I can remember, since I first bought the cart, actually. I picked this up in the works one day randomly with not really any reasoning for picking it up, other than it sounds like they don't really like each other, and it's a fiery slow burn and a love story that is honest, achingly earnest and deliciously hot. You know, again, sounds good to me. I like stuff like that, so sounds good. A book with a pink cover, we have got Liv Is Not a Loser by Lauren Ford. I already read out a little bit of what this blurb says, so this sounds to me like we've got our female main character called Liv, and her life is kind of going to shit, to be honest, and she thinks she's a loser, so she's made some sort of list to not be a loser anymore, and her best friend Henry is kind of helping her out, and then it's like, oh, maybe Henry's the one I've loved all along. It's giving friends to lovers, and it's giving, like, I feel like it might be rom-com, might be a bit funny as well, so yeah, excited to get to that, and I've had this on my TBR for the longest time, so let's get it read, you know? For a billionaire romance, I don't know if this guy is a billionaire, but I'm gonna presume he is because he's an F1 driver and he's famous, so we're gonna go with that, and that is book 3 in the Dirty Air series, which is Wrecked by Lauren Asher. Basically it sounds like he's kind of gone off the rails with like drugs and alcohol and stuff, and he's addicted to destructive decisions, and they basically hire Elena, and he says she's a glorified babysitter paid to keep me in check during the race season. Okay, I'm on board. Sounds good to me. Then, is this the last one? I think this is the last one, which was for a book with a strong female protagonist. This was pretty much the only book I could pick for that option because she's the only one on my TBR that I actually know the female main character. I can't really pick any of the others as a strong female protagonist when I don't know them. This is book 2 in the War of Lost Hearts. Yeah, War of Lost Hearts trilogy by Carissa Broadbent. The first book is Daughter of No Worlds, and I absolutely loved it. It's quite a political fantasy book with a subplot of romance, and the male main character is like really, really grumpy but really protective, and it's so good. And the way that the first book ended was on quite a bit of a cliffhanger, and I know that as the trilogy goes on, we're going to get more answers that we wanted in the first book. So I'm really, really excited to read this, but wow, it is hefty. Overall, I'm very, very happy with my TBR. I cannot make any promises that I'm going to read everything on this list because I am a mood reader through and through. So, you know, don't hold me too accountable for this. I'm going to try, but we will see what happens. I am just editing this video and my outro seems to have just deleted itself. So here's me just saying thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I love you. And if you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you have any specific videos that you want me to film, please let me know. And I would love to see you next time.